but is always a popular place to work and visit. This year, Carl has been host to his oldest childhood friend.
It was great. Being kids in the Channel Islands, you can run riot, really.
Dan Hammond shared some of Carl's earliest adventures with horses.
Carl and I used to do tours around the island with horse-drawn carriages, so we sort of grew up with them, really. And that was how we earned our money during the summer holidays, was taking people around the island. I mean, there's no cars over there, so it's strictly horses and carriages, and they can use tractors for haulage. Otherwise, it's Shanks's pony, or you push bike it.
My adventures with Dan in the early days were absolutely fantastic. I mean, we were, a very naughty pair of kids. We always wanted to ride everything. I mean, I remember my first ride on Sark that I got given was a donkey, and he was called Jacko. I was 11 and Dan was probably 10, and we decided to make money that we would take Jacko down to the beach. It's 200 foot above sea level, Sark, 260 foot. So, it was really difficult to get down to the beaches. They were concrete steps, and they were literally like this, the last bit all the way down. And Dan got the front end and I got the back end, and we literally carried him down the steps like this all the way to the beach. And it must have looked so odd. He was such a wonderful donkey, he just became a cardboard cutout. And then because it had taken us so long, we only had a couple of hours on the beach to actually make our money. So he did his work that day, and we had every child on the beach on him.
Everything was always a laugh. He's always had a very good sense of humour. Usually laughing at someone rather than with someone. And I think, that's certainly his humour comes through in his riding, how he can humour horses into doing what he wants.
It's important to always try and, when you're assessing a horse, to wait long enough for it to be relaxed so you can actually see it in a natural way of moving rather than a produced way of moving. An athletic horse will very naturally be supple and fluid in the way that he moves his joints, and that's something you have to have a little bit of an eye for when you're watching. So we have a look at how they look like. So let's just have a look at him. Looking at a horse trotting loose, particularly a 2-year-old, what's difficult is to try and see through the inevitable tension that they have. Any horse with good conformation can, of course, and a certain amount of movement, be trained to be a dressage horse. I mean, I suppose with the breeding, it determines slightly which job they're going to do. And, a lot of very smart dressage horses, I'm sure, would jump very well, but nobody knows it, just as a lot of good jumping horses have made great dressage horses. So there's no real set rule to which ones will do what. It's a question of breaking them in and seeing, I suppose. That's the most important thing. Yeah, I'm getting claustrophobic. I've never actually been kicked in the field by young horses, but I have run like hell. And I remember when I was very young in Sark, I got picked up by my hair by a horse once in the field. And I always remember my gran trying to pacify me by telling me that the horse actually thought that I had straw on my head, and that's why it picked me up by my hair. With a great clump missing, I never really thought of it like that. So he's got the breeding, he's got the looks. You can see he's quite bold as well and quite inquisitive, which is good. I want a brave horse. Don't mind a sharp horse, but as long as it's brave. And you can see he's quite interesting, considering he's been out here for months. Nice to see a little bit of life. And then I've got to do 7 years' work to see if it's any good. So it's all down to me, I suppose, now. Let's just do that and get the lines a little bit softer first. Shoulders to the right. Yeah, very good. Now let him carry the weight behind, and then you step forward to the halt. Bad. Go and do it again. You need to correct him by stepping forward, not sideways. As soon as you make the turn, inside hind between the front legs, straighter. Good. Now don't stop him quite so suddenly. Let us step forward so that he's lighter. Still crooked. Go and do it again. His quarters are over there, his front end's over there. Pat the horse, kick yourself. Either you're coming in on the wrong leg for you, or you need to just learn to ride forward one more step into your halt. Go and do it again. It's still crooked. Well, look behind you, and his hind legs are over there, and the front end's over here. So that's like a straight entry and a crooked halt. And as I'm the judge at sea today, I'm not giving you a very high mark. So, 3 times we've had a crooked halt. So let's start with the shoulders to the right. Better? Good? Okay.
And now we're going to get another lovely extended trot. I mean, as I say, if that isn't a 10, I don't know what is. Lovely, easy, bouncy trot coming back. The final centre line, and
it wasn't 10. Extended trot was a 10.
There you go, Carl looking into the stand heel and known what that noise meant. I mean, and that really shows how easy this horse is. Carl can even look at the crowd in the middle of the Championship Grand Prix.
He's edged above 80%, Richard.
But I'm not surprised. And look how easy and unstressed the horse is at doing it. It's the most inexperienced Grand Prix horse in this championship, and it looks like it's having a dawdle around the park.
Wow!
And it's so well deserved for the nicest guy in this championship and the most modest guy, and I think it's fantastic for him to have a horse like that in his life, and it's come at this moment of time, just coming up to the London Olympics next year. And of course, such a great supporter and mentor to Charlotte as well.